Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Ailia, and this is Aletheia Tarot, where we will gently tap into the flow of energy and unveil what it is you need to know now. These are all timeless readings, so trust that you found this video when you are meant to. Please use your intuition and take only what resonates with you and leave the rest with love for somebody else to find. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, and the love of the cosmic consciousness. Help me see clearly and speak truthfully the messages that want to come through today. Okay, so I felt really guided to pull out the Tea Leaves Oracle today, and this is a deck that I don't actually use that much, so let's see what wants to come through for you all today. There's an announcement. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. Interesting. So it sounds like you are about to receive some news. Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here for the individual, but it seems like you're about to receive some news that is going to ask you to plan. That's going to ask you to look ahead and make decisions on how you want your future to look like. Desk, pay attention to your work. Hat, you will be playing a different role. Frying pan, trouble, accusations, younger woman. Okay. And this is interesting with the desk card and the hat card. Pay attention to your work. You will be playing a different role. Now, this could be about your income, like your work that generates your income. This could also be about the work that you are doing, whether it's spiritual work or, working towards a goal. It is time to really pay attention to it because it seems like there's going to be a shift. Now with hat and frying pan, you'll be playing a different role with troubles and accusations. It's possible that you're going to be confronted with some accusations that is going to put you in a place where either puts you in a different role, like delegates to you a position or a persona that is not yours, or will have to ask you to step up to embody a certain persona. So, say for instance, someone is accusing you of leaving a mess, and you'll then now be confronted as playing the role of a person who made a mess. Alternatively, someone can confront you about making a mess, and you will react to this accusation, meaning you will maybe step out of character because of this frying pan card. And what they're saying in the beginning here with the bell, the grasshopper, and the kangaroo is that you are going to have to handle this situation very carefully. You're going to have to be strategic in how you handle it, and it would be good for you to plan ahead. It would benefit you to try and think a couple of steps in advance so that you're not thrown off guard. Now, with this younger woman card, it's very possible that this accusation is going to be coming from a younger woman. It's possible that there's a younger woman in your midst that is, trying to cause issues for you, trying to disrupt your peace. For some of you, and this is a very, very small handful of you, but for some of you, it's possible that there's a younger woman who is going to be coming in between a situation. And this is just an example I'm taking off the top of my head, but it's kind of like, for example, if you're in a relationship with somebody and then there's the involvement with a younger woman, that is something that can come to light, and you're going to have to be very strategic about how you handle it and what it is that you want to do moving forward. Let's see if we can get anything from the soul cards. Okay, so we received this card here. And I'm holding it on the screen for a little bit longer because I want you to feel into your body what this card is bringing up, like what emotions, what thoughts. Now, in this card, I see two people that are trying to connect. I see two people that want to understand each other and sort of merge in a way where they're touching their third eye. So this is a point of connection here. And then with these handprints, I'm reading this as like places that want to connect, places that want to heal. Now, the way that it's like touching this part on their head, it tells me that there's something that you need to be hearing, something that you need to be paying attention to. Some message is going to come through, and it could be in this reading, but it could just be in your life in general, the people around you. Something is going to come through that is going to ask you to really hear with different ears. And I see these two hands here as well, and this hand kind of reminds me of someone who is like putting their hand close to their heart. It's almost a little bit like a salute, but there's like a sense of reverence and honor in this, like to give honor, to give attention to another. This one here with the hand on their throat, it feels like someone who's having trouble speaking their voice, having trouble opening their throat chakra. So I kind of see this image as telling you that when this announcement comes, when this situation that is going to be presented to you, that is going to feel unsettled and will be received as an accusation towards you, what this card is reminding us of is the need to be able to hear underneath what is being said, to be able to receive this message into your heart space. And with this throat chakra, I'm kind of seeing this in two different ways. On the one hand, it's about you as the receiver to exercise power over your throat chakra. And that can mean either being, ultimately it's about being careful and intentional with what it is that you want to say. But that could mean because it will depend on different people, that could mean really opening your throat chakra and speaking your truth and making your stance with your truth and honoring that by standing up for yourself. It could also mean not allowing your pain and your hurt and your frustration to speak for you, because this is really standing out here right now. This and the touching of the heads is really standing out right now. And so what I'm also seeing in this situation is that the person that's coming to you, the person with the announcement that is going to come with some sort of trouble or accusation, this person has a wounded throat chakra. And that's why what they really want is to connect, right? What they really want is understanding. What they really want is to be seen and to be heard. But because they feel powerless, because they feel like a block, they're not able to relay what it is that they need to say in a loving way, in a way that actually gives them the opportunity to be heard. However, you have mastery over yourself. You have control over how you want to receive the information you're being given and how you want to act moving forward. Do you want to react and perpetuate a cycle, or do you want to act from intention? And so that's why this reading is so important, because it's actually giving you a foresight into the fact that there is potentially something coming your way that is going to try and unground you. There's potentially going to be something coming your way that is going to be very triggering. But if you're able to plan ahead, if you're able to take this time to really harmonize and balance yourself so that when the situation comes in, you will meet it from a very balanced place. You will be able to hear the words that are coming in and really find the message underneath it all, and to receive these words into your heart, so that when you respond from a way that doesn't create a spiral to the situation. I want to see what the tarot has for us. What advice? Quick advice. Right away. Wow. So we have 10 of Swords and 2 of Wands. So yeah, I mean, this is something that is going to create a lot of mental agony. Justice, 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. Interesting. Let's see if I can get these cards on the screen. There we go. So 10 of Swords and 2 of Wands is really just repeating this message here. Like 10 of Swords is this energy of overthinking, overkill, you know, just being so driven into the ground with the anxiety and the stress that's in your mind. And then with the 2 of Wands, it is about planning ahead. It is about looking ahead to see like what it is that you can create from the situation. Justice card with the 7 of Pentacles. That's kind of an interesting message here, where it feels to me like you have been planting certain seeds. There are certain seeds that you've planted, that you have watered, that you have grown, because it is something that you want to manifest. But with this Justice card, it feels a little bit like I'm not really sure how to like paint the thoughts that are in my head right now. And this is not like the typical like textbook translation of the Justice card, but the way that I'm seeing this right now, like how it's being presented in my mind, is like there's somebody who feels envious of this growth that you have created for yourself. There's somebody who feels off balance because of what it is that you have been able to make for yourself. And I'm also hearing that it's like because somebody else is off balance, they want to throw you off balance. Because somebody is not able or did not put in the work that they needed to put in, they now want to create a certain level of tension for you, especially with this 10 of Swords here. And with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, like you see how they're kind of squaring off, you know. These are two people that are meeting again. Two people that are meeting. And, you know, you could be dealing with a fire sign. You can be dealing with an air sign. Maybe you are one or the other. But that's not advice. That's just like telling us what is going to happen. What is the advice? Knight of Pentacles, Four Swords. I'm actually hearing that the advice is to remain really centered and remain reserved in yourself. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is about someone who is very methodical, who will really take their time and who will wait things out. This is someone who is not rushing ahead, who is not reactive. They're very centered and grounded in themselves. And then the Four of Swords is often this card that indicates rest. It's often a card that talks about kind of like stepping back and recovering within your own like safe space. Any other advice? Four of Cups. Yeah, you don't have to. So this is about like you not having, like you having the power to act or react. With the Four of Cups, just because something is being given to you, you don't have to take it. Just because someone is deciding a truth about you, you don't have to agree. And a lot of times not reacting and not giving them the satisfaction of your energy is enough. Anything else? I think that's kind of it. Let me just do... Okay, no. So the advice, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Four of Cups. This is about you learning to ground in your energy. And this is what you have been working on and taking care of and nurturing and growing with the Seven of Pentacles here. This is about you having done the work to stay in your own energy. You doing the work to remain unbothered when someone comes at you or tries to rile you up. And that is what I see might be coming up for somebody here. I mean, I'm getting a really strong message that this is coming up for somebody. But you have the power to take their power away by not reacting. If someone comes at you with an accusation and you sink to their level to fight it, you're meeting them where they're at. But if you stay grounded in yourself, you don't give their accusation or their story or whatever it is the time of day, because it's false anyways, and the truth will always come out with the Justice card. The truth will always come out. You just step back and you let it kind of disintegrate on its own, you know, rather than... And I think this is why they're saying like careful handling and needing to plan ahead, because if you know that this is going to come at you, when it does, you're not going to be taken by surprise. You're not going to be like in this place of shock and then kind of then do like a gut reaction. And when I say that too, I'm thinking back on this hat card. You will be playing a different role. And now I'm seeing this whole thing where like the work that you've been doing This is that spiritual work, Seven of Pentacles. This is the work that you're doing, not just for yourself, but for the collective. And you playing a different role means you deciding to choose how to act from your highest good and the good of all, and not to react, which is something maybe a past version of yourself would have done. If you move forward acting to situations in like new ways, you then create new realities. And this is about that switch of role, you know. And so maybe in the past you used to act with a lot of aggression, or you know, you go into fight or flight mode. And that's funny because I'm now seeing these two as fight or flight. When we say fight with the wands and flight with the swords, because it's mental energy, you know. And instead you're going to ground down into yourself. You're going to pause. You're going to choose to respond rather than react. And you're going to remember that you are the priority, that you are allowed to step back and restore your energy and replenish your energy, and to rest, and to not reach out and take everything that is being given to you. Just because it's being given to you with your name on it doesn't mean that you have to take it. Wow. You know, this has not been a very positive reading, but I think it's been a very necessary reading, and I hope that whoever needed to hear this receives this message, you know, because ultimately at the end of the day, some people just want to connect and they don't know how to do so. They don't know how to reach out and ask for what they want because they're wounded and they're hurt. And when they are wounded and hurt, they're going to try and attach to your wounds and your hurts. And if you allow them to attach, that is you, what is the word? Like reinstating or reconfirming you as this person who are wounded, when in fact you have been doing the work to play a different role. You have been doing the work to enter your new reality. So this is almost like a test. You know, if you can see it like that, like it's almost test for you, for the universe to be like, okay, this is where you say you want to be. Like, show me that you've done the work necessary to be the person that you say you want to be. I really hope that this message reaches you well. I hope that, you know, whatever the situation is that you're moving through, may it move through peacefully and softly, and may you remember the power that you have within you to stay true to yourself and to stay grounded in your energy. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.